pop-up live. Somebody might join, somebody might not, because I didn't announce this or anything. I will be doing one next Thursday. I'll post that. I will be doing one next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. as well. But I wanted to, there's a lot of things going on, so I wanted to as I try to get my screen back up here, actually wanted to make sure that I got some information out there. A whole lot of things have changed, and I'm going to adjust this TV over here. I have another monitor over there, so I'm going to actually put the live stream up there so I can see it. But there's a lot of things going on. ID7, ID Buzz, GTI, Golf R, Jetta, Taos, Jetta GLI, and I'm missing one, Tiguan. Yeah, so there's a lot of different things going on with all of these different cars now. So I kind of wanted to go to some information there. There's a lot of things out there, some true, some false, not really accurate going on. So I wanted to make sure that I put some information out there. First and foremost, ID7, people may have heard, is canceled. ID Buzz is canceled for the US for now. Delayed is what they're calling it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to get canceled for the US. Car just costs too much to be here. There's not going to be enough interest, especially with EV sales softening and EV sales just not taking off where people expected it. I'm not surprised. I don't know how these automakers who make EVs are surprised that the electric car sales have kind of slumped. It's kind of a forced hand, to be honest. So I'm not necessarily on board with that. So ID7 is delayed indefinitely. We're not sure when that's going to come to the U.S. I've also heard a rumor that it may end up they may actually bring it to Chattanooga and build it there. ID Buzz. ID Buzz, we got our first allocation of those. We got 3 of them. 2 of them are already spoken for. I've also looked online, and we can actually order ID Buzzes. Now, if you order an ID Buzz, you're probably not going to see it until January or February or maybe even March of next year. So you're going to see that anytime soon. But I'm looking up at this screen right here. There's going to be an ID Buzz Pro S Plus all-wheel drive, an ID Buzz Pro S rear-wheel drive, an ID Buzz Pro S Plus rear-wheel drive, and then an ID Buzz First Edition all-wheel drive, and also rear-wheel drive. So you'll be able to do either one of those. Tiguan's going to have some big updates coming. Tiguan's going to have 6 trims. Okay, so 2025 Tiguan's going to have a Tiguan S, a Tiguan SE, an SE partial hybrid electric vehicle, or PHEV. SEL-R-Line black stays. I was wrong. I actually debated on whether or not that was going to be in the States, or if they're going to bring that car back, being that it's built in Europe. Usually they tend to run something out. Let's see. SEL-R-Line Black Edition won't have a hybrid version. SEL-R-Line and SEL-R-Line Partial Hybrid PHEV. So there's going to be 2 of those. 2 SEL-R-Lines, a regular gas engine and then a hybrid one. Now, there's also a rumor that the horsepower is going to get bumped on the Tiguan, about 86 horsepower. So that puts it somewhere in that 300 range. I don't know, that sounds not really plausible, because I know Volkswagen always pumps the brakes on stuff, cool stuff coming to the U.S. So I can't really foresee us having an almost 300 horsepower Tiguan, but we'll wait and see. Let's see. So for the Tiguan, there are probably going to be new colors. Don't know what those look like or anything yet. We can't order that car. It's on sale in Europe. It is the European version of the car. Just the all-wheel drive, or I'm sorry, the all-space size, or the long wheelbase size. Just to recap, because 3 people are on board now, I just talked about ID7. ID7, I'm betting that it gets canceled for the US altogether, but it is delayed indefinitely. We don't know when that's going to come to the US now. So ID Buzz, we're not getting any allocations of those in the US. I'm sorry, ID7. I said that wrong. ID7, we're not getting allocations of. We've already got our first 3 allocated vehicles for ID Buzz. We get another allocation on the 18th of this month. That might be 2 or 3 more. We won't get that many because they're only building 3,000 of these for the U.S. for this for the end of the year, going towards the end of the year. So Tiguan, still looking like that's probably going to be delayed too. Tiguan's not coming out anytime soon. I don't think they will delay that car. It'll end up being January, February for that. Jetta GLI, I got 2 sneak peek pictures someone sent me. They'll remain anonymous, but I got 2 pics of a front end and a back end of a Jetta GLI for 2025. So that Jetta does get a refresh. The Jetta is going to have a new front end. It's going to have a new infotainment screen, but it probably won't be the large one like the Tiguan. That's what I'm hearing too. So the other thing that I'm noticing, we already have our first 3 2025 Jettas in our allocation. We won't see those for a while either, but they're allocating them now. So Jetta no longer will have a manual transmission. So no Jetta S manual and no Jetta Sport manual is what it's looking like. The GLI, however, will keep a manual, it looks like. So there's a GLI Autobahn next year. There's also a GLI Autobahn manual. For Taos, that gets a refresh as well. So these are heavy refreshes on the Jetta and the Taos. And you remember the Passat got a heavy refresh, and then right after they did, they killed it. So I'm not too confident that the Jetta stays around. I kind of was thinking, well, wait a minute, maybe they'll keep the Jetta. And it seemed like they were going to keep the Jetta and they're going to do a total redesign, but no, it's just a heavy refresh. I already went over Tiguan trims. 2025 Atlas, I can see those in the order banks. Order banks, not allocations. They're not building them yet, but you can order a 2025 Atlas now. 2025 Atlases look like they keep the same colors. There's not going to be any changes there. There's not any changes to the trim lines. The Peak Edition will remain as a 2025 as well. The same 4 colors, black, white, pure gray, and avocado green. So you're keeping those. Cross Sport, however, adds the SEL-R-Line black. The SEL-R-Line black is now back. Black trim on that car, black wheels, black accents. So Tiguan gets a whole new redo, complete redesign for that one. European built. The Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport 2025s are in the order banks. You can actually order a 2025 now. It doesn't look like there's any real changes. Again, Peak Edition remains. Black Edition SEL-R-Line comes back to the Cross Sport. That's going to look sexy on those cars. And they will do limited colors on that. So it won't be on all the colors that you can get that. It'll be kind of like it was before. You can get black, white, gray, or silver, or they did it on the blue. Or actually they did red too. So I think before you could get it on all the colors. But I'm not confident that they're going to do that again this time. Jetta GLI, when I know more stuff about that, we'll share it with you. They're being very tight-lipped about that. I have sources, but the sources aren't getting any information. The Tiguan, though, I shared all that information with you. Horsepower bump, 2 hybrid versions, total of 6 trims, 2 of them hybrid. ID Buzz will have 3 trims. All of them will be all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, with the exception of the Pro S. The Pro S will only be rear-wheel drive. So while I have this screen up, I'm going to see what color combos I can get on the ID Buzz. So I'm looking up right here. So ID Buzz Pro S Plus will do deep black pearl with a dune gray interior, deep black pearl with moonlight or dark brown, or metro silver with a copper brown. Looks like there's 3 colors for that one. And then the Pro S Plus looks like you can do, yep, there's 3 colors for that too. And then the first edition, this one has all of the color combos. Pomelo brown with candy white. I'm sorry, pomelo yellow with candy white. Energetic orange with candy white. Mahi green with candy white. Metro silver with candy white. Cabana blue with candy white. And that looks like that's it. So There's not a whole lot of color choices there, but the ID Buzz, you can order it now. If you want to order one from me, you're willing to travel to St. Louis to pick it up. You can order it from me. I just require a $500 non-refundable deposit on that car, because now I've ordered that car with your name on it. And if you don't get it, we get our hand slapped if we have to sell that car to someone else. That's Volkswagen's rules. So I would do non-refundable deposit on that, but that gets you an ID Buzz ordered. As for spec layout and all that stuff, we don't really have that yet. That stuff's still coming out. We won't know until we actually see those cars. And like I said, we won't see those cars till November. Probably after Thanksgiving, right before Christmas is when we'll see those first ID Buzzes. They're already being allocated. It's just no one's going to get them yet because they're still being built over in Germany, and they're only building 3,000 of them. So with that being said, does anyone have any questions? There's 4 people on here. That's more than I expected. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hello to you. Just let me know where you're at. And if you got any questions, type them in below. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up. But I will be doing a live one next week, and I'll promote that one. That way people will know this was kind of a surprise live thing here. Is just there's a lot of stuff going on, and I just wanted to kind of chat about it. One other thing that I wanted to go over. If any of you own a GTI, a 2022 or newer, Golf GTI or Golf R, you've probably already got it in the mail, the recall for the engine cover. I will be finding out if you have to actually come in for that, or if you can just drive to your dealer and pick one up. I don't know. There's not really a lot to installation of that. And if you guys remember, when the 2022s came out, they came out with a new foam engine cover. The foam, they didn't think it through where it gets hot. It sags, and when it sags, it touches a hot engine, and it became a fire hazard. So the recall was to do not install on any of the new 2023s, 2024s. So now there's finally a fix for that, so you can get an engine cover. Does anyone have any questions at all? Well, if not, I can end this thing. But I did want to make sure that I went over everything that I had at this point. Be sure to like it if you like my channel. Just be sure to like that. And then like I said, next week I'm going to do a live one. It's going to be more scripted, a little more planned for than this one. But there's just so much stuff going on today. No, Cody G, there will not as far as I know, there's not going to be a Jetta hybrid. They did that before 2013. I want to say 2014. It was a great car. It just didn't sell very many. They didn't promote it. And I don't really see them putting any money into the Jetta. I think their plan is to really just get rid of the Jetta and go sedanless, if that's a word. No sedans at all, which I think is a dumb decision. But they're not giving the Jetta a whole lot of love. They're doing a refresh on it, but that's it. In answer to your question, Cody G, no, I don't think there will be one. Anybody else have any questions out there? Let's see here. My mouse is showing something in the way here. You're welcome, Cody. So, with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this one unless anybody else has got a question. Type fast. But again, I want to review real quick what I did talk about. ID7, I think it's going to be canceled. It is definitely delayed indefinitely for the U.S. market due to slow EV sales. Slowing EV sales, and that car was going to have a pretty price tag. It was going to start with a 6, so I don't think that car was going to be a good seller for the U.S. It's too expensive. ID Buzz. Again, we got 3 allocated to us. They should be at our dealership around Thanksgiving. Tiguan has 6 trims: S, SE, SE Hybrid, SEL-R-Line Black Edition, SEL-R-Line, and SEL-R-Line Hybrid. There's alleged that there's going to be a horsepower bump on the engine for that Tiguan, and then also that there's about 43 miles of range on the hybrid side of that engine. And I think that's going to be a separate engine from the hybrid engine, that one with the horsepower bump. 2025 Atlas Peak Edition remains. SEL-R-Line Black Edition shows up for the Cross Sport, so there'll be an SEL-R-Line Black Edition for that. I wish they would bring that back for the Atlas, but they're not going to do that. It's the Jetta and GLI 2025s are already showing up, and Volkswagen always debuts the GLI really late. So the GLI, don't expect anything on that. I did get 2 sneak peek pictures that I'll post on the community part of my YouTube page there. They're pictures that somebody else took. There's one of the back end, one of the front end. So it gets a new front end, a new back end. It's just a refresh on it, but it looks more like a Golf or a GTI on the front. I don't expect to see that car probably till January or February, maybe even March. That's usually how they go. The Jetta busts out first, and then the GLI comes later. Just like we're just now seeing GLI Autobahns in the last month and a half, but the GLI 40th was out for probably 4 to 5 months before it. Okay, Jetta no manual transmission for 2025. That's what it's looking like. Only automatics on the Jetta. So Jetta Sport and Jetta S will no longer have a 6-speed manual transmission option for 2025. That's what it looks like. And then GLI will, however, still have a manual for it. And it looks like the engine, it's not going to change. It's going to be still that 2.0 with the 228 horsepower, I think is what that one's up to. Taos does get a refresh. The SE Black that they're coming out with, that they haven't really debuted at a dealership yet, I think that'll probably carry over into 2025. I think the Taos is going to get a new front end and maybe new tail lights. The Taos SE Black, we have 2 in our pipeline. That's all we got. Actually, we did just get a 3rd in our last allocation. So that's going to have the SEL front end with the LED light bar and an adaptive front steering headlights. It'll have darkened tail lights, blue stitching on the inside, some blue accents, black roof, black mirror caps, and a panoramic sunroof and black wheels. So they've made that SE with the black package and SE Black. So you'll see those late in 2024. You'll probably see those. Takes about a month to a month and a half to get to us. So you'll probably see those late August. We'll call it that. And then that's pretty much it, guys. If you don't have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I will be back on next week. I'll be more prepared. I'll have more details, hopefully, for stuff. I do have sources now, which is pretty cool. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Vernon. Vernon is a guy who actually works at the Volkswagen plant in Chattanooga, who flew in to St. Louis and bought an Atlas from me. So I can't think of a better endorsement of me and the brand if a guy that builds the cars at the factory in Chattanooga flew in and bought one from me. So hope you're enjoying your SEL Premium R-Line, Vernon. And with that, guys, thanks a lot. Have a great evening. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.